My Hero Academia, Vigilantes, a spin-off prequel to Kohei Horikoshi's blockbuster series, animated by Bones Film and streaming on Crunchyroll, dives into the gritty underbelly of Hero Society 5 years before Deku's era. Adapted from Hideyuki Furuhashi and Betancourt's manga, it follows Koichi Himawari, a college student turned vigilante, navigating Naruhata's streets with his modest slide and glide quirk. Episode 5, Judgment, aired on May 5, 2025, and centers on Koichi and Pop Step's deepening bond and the chilling debut of a brutal vigilante, Stendhal. I'm riveted by the episode's emotional weight and moral ambiguity, but its tonal shifts and crowded narrative spark questions about its focus that demand exploration. After Episode 4's action-packed debut of Ingenium and Queen Bee's trigger-fueled chaos, Episode 5 shifts to a more intimate focus. A flashback reveals Koichi's past act of saving a young Pop Step, disguised as a boy, from drowning, unknowingly shaping her heroism. In the present, Pop, inspired by this memory, nearly confesses her gratitude, but is interrupted when Koichi faces Akira, a hardening villain dosed with trigger. Stendhal, a sword-wielding vigilante, intervenes, brutally killing Akira. Meanwhile, Soga, a thug from Episode 1, offers information, but his meeting with Koichi and Pop is cut short. The episode ends with Stendhal targeting Soga, observed by Queen Bee, Keen, hinting at escalating conflict. This transition from external threats to personal stakes sets up the Stendhal arc. Episode 5 advances the Stendhal arcade by introducing Stendhal, a vigilante whose lethal methods contrast Koichi's non-violent ethos, a pivotal shift called game-changing. The flashback tying Koichi and Pop's past is a major revelation, recontextualizing their bond. While Stendhal's killing of Akira raises questions about his identity, some fans speculate he's a younger Stain from the main series, without resolving Queen Bee's trigger scheme. The episode fulfills its role by deepening character ties and introducing a darker vigilante paradigm, aligning with the series' exploration of unlicensed heroism. However, the pacing feels uneven, with the heartfelt flashback clashing against the abrupt violence, a flaw some reviews noted as disjointed. I think the Stendhal tease is electrifying, but I didn't like how Keen's role felt sidelined, risking narrative clutter. Koichi, Pop Step, Stendhal, Akira, and Soga are central. Koichi's past heroism, saving Pop with a selfless, I had to help, reveals a core kindness driving his vigilante work, consistent with his nice guy persona, praised for its heart. Pop's vulnerability, hesitating to say "you're my hero," unveils her admiration for Koichi, a romantic undertone lauded online as wholesome, marking growth from her brash idol facade. Stendhal's cold judgment is mine introduces a ruthless ideology, hinting at a complex past, while Akira's brief frenzy and Soga's uneasy cooperation, "I'm not your enemy now," add shades to minor players, though their limited screen time curbs depth, as some ex-posts critiqued. I really appreciate Pop's emotional arc, but I wish Akira had more context, as his role feels expendable. The episode explores morality, heroism's gray areas, and the impact of kindness. Stendhal's lethal justice, contrasted with Koichi's restraint, probes the moral boundaries of vigilantism tied to the series' darker tone. Heroism's ambiguity shines as Pop's idle antics mask her heroic debt to Koichi, questioning who qualifies as a hero, as reviews noted. Kindness reverberates through Koichi's past save, shaping Pop's path, a motif conveyed via the flashback's warmth against Stendhal's bloodshed. The heavy violence risks overshadowing the emotional core, a fan critique online. I'm gripped by the moral tension, but I personally don't understand why Stendhal's debut wasn't paced to balance Pop's moment, which feels rushed. The episode refines Naruhata's underground, with Stendhal's vigilante code suggesting a fractured hero system where unlicensed actors fill gaps, building on Episode 4's trigger trade. Keen's observation of Stendhal hints at a villainous network tied to All for One, per manga readers' theories, while the flashback's urban river setting grounds Naruhata's lived-in feel. However, I didn't like how Trigger's mechanics remained vague, limiting the drug stakes. The world feels raw and chaotic, but clearer rules would sharpen the vigilante conflict. The dialogue is heartfelt but uneven, with Pop's unspoken, "You saved me," carrying raw emotion, and Koichi's, "I just did what I could," landing sincerely. Stendhal's "Sinners Face My Blade" is chilling but verges on cliché, a flaw reviews noted, while Soga's gruff, "I've got info" feels functional. The writing excels in the flashback's warmth, but Stendhal's abrupt entry and Keen's minimal role feel forced, a weakness I called overstuffed. I think the character beats are poignant, but I didn't like the expository villain lines, which dull the suspense. Bones Film delivers vibrant animation, with Pop's moonlit leap, framed against a glowing full moon, rendered with fluid grace. The comic book aesthetic, with thick lines and onomatopoeia like slash during Stendhal's kill, honors Betancourt's manga, though Naruhata's alleys feel repetitive. repetitive, a dip noted in reviews. Kenichi Suzuki's direction crafts a dynamic mood, with a slow zoom on Pop's wistful gaze amplifying her emotions. A low-angle shot of Stendhal's bloodied sword builds menace, but rapid cuts in the Akira fight obscure choreography. Judgment evokes warmth, shock, and unease. The flashback, with young Pop's awe at Koichi's save, is heartwarming, a moment I can call chill-inducing, while Stendhal's brutal kill, no mercy for the wicked, is jarring. Soga's tense offer and Keen's lurking stir intrigue, though the crowded plot tempers impact, a sentiment reviews shared. The episode prompts reflection on heroism's moral spectrum, aligning with the series' gritty ethos. It leaves a strong impression, though its tonal shifts linger. I also anticipate Stendhal's arc will challenge Koichi's ideals. The warmth resonates, but the violence unsettles. The episode's core philosophical lesson is the blurred line between heroism and vigilantism. Stendhal's lethal justice, juxtaposed with Koichi's kindness, suggests that heroism's morality depends on intent and consequence, questioning where justice becomes vengeance. This lesson, embodied in Stendhal's killings and Koichi's restraint, critiques hero society's rigid rules, inviting viewers to ponder the ethics of taking justice into one's own hands in a flawed system, a poignant reflection for navigating moral grayness. Episode 5 of My Hero Academia, Vigilantes, is a compelling, emotionally rich chapter that shines through Pop's arc, Hasegawa's performance, and Stendhal's chilling debut for its depth. Its strengths lie in the flashback's warmth, moral tension, and vibrant visuals, bolstered by the series' street-level lens, as reviews praise. However, uneven pacing, cliched villain lines, and Keen's underuse, critiqued online, hinder cohesion. I didn't like the rushed action, and I think tighter focus could balance emotion and violence. The episode achieves its goal of deepening Koichi and Pop's bond and escalating the Stendhal arc, making it a strong, if uneven, entry. I'm excited for the series, expecting Stendhal's ideology and Keen's schemes to enrich its critique of heroism. For MHA fans and shonen enthusiasts, this is a gritty, heartfelt must-watch.